Well, I guess it'd be about time to get this warmed up and going. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, now, how be this get to working again?
Press the button.
Which
no,
button?
No, not that one.
Not this
the
button.
left.
That one.
No, your other left.
This other one.
Oh,
Which one are you talking about?
I meant the right. No,
What
but
are
not
you-
that big red one.
The-
The
this
other
way.
red button.
Not-
Just not the big, happy, shiny one.
You mean the one I just pushed?
Yes, for crying out
Oh,
loud. You don't
Randy.
know what you're doing.
I know perfectly well what I'm doing.
Not that button. Oh,
I-
for crying out loud. You just sit here on your patootie. You play
Well,
with your buttons. I go make coffee.
You do that, but don't slam the door. Well, I guess it'd be quite an well, tonight's show, Pottercast. Aye, tonight's Pottercast is actually going to be split into two parts, appearing on 2 different days. For we have something happening tomorrow. Aye, tomorrow there may be, well, tomorrow there may be a portal opening up from another world and bringing everything to an end. Oh, you don't be a believing me, do you? Well, haven't you be heard about the eclipse? Aye, the eclipse, some people say, is just a phenomenon where the moon passes in front of the sun, and things just go dark for but a few minutes. Others say for those during a total eclipse, for those few moments, for those very few moments, a portal opens up between worlds, and things can come true in one way or the other that will leave things either brought to the end or start a new beginning. Aye, for think upon it. Just a day or so ago, we be having earthquakes. Earthquakes, me friends. Earthquakes where there'd be no earthquakes. We have things happening. Oddities. Other than most things be happening here and there. And other, well, I can't give all me cards out on the table. But we could be looking at the very end. Or the very beginning. So this could be the very last half episode of The Captain's Quarters. Or it might be a brand new beginning for us. We be not knowing. So we are calling this show, this one here, our one-time pre-post-apocalyptic eclipse show in 2 parts. We'll be bringing it. The first half be pre-eclipse, and then the second half will be tomorrow night, if we still be around, for the post-apocalyptic eclipse show. We'll be touching on subjects of all kinds, shapes, and sizes. But I think it'd be best if we start out the evening. We start out the evening with one of the most apocalyptic songs of all time. One of the most upbeat, positive, appreciative songs for the apocalypse, which might be tomorrow in the afternoon. Aye, it might be the end of the world, or just the beginning. But we do know this. What happens after tomorrow will never be again the same as it were in the past. That's just the way of things. So, enjoy our one-time pre-post-apocalyptic eclipse show in 2 parts. With great gusto. Maybe if we just get things a little riled up, we get things unsettled and unbalanced enough, we might be able to change the course of the entire universe and hold it together. Or maybe we'd not be wanting to. But you be wondering, what be the very first thing you'd start out an apocalyptic eclipse show about? What particular song come? Aye, ye guessed it. Weird Al Yankovic, Christmas at Ground Zero, the most positive of post-apocalyptic song ever created. Maybe. Welcome back, me mateys. Welcome back. And I hope you be enjoying the two-part show. If you survive long enough to hear the second half.
I am Walter Peck, sir, and I'm prepared to make a full report. Well, you could believe Mr. Pecker.
My name is Peck.
Or you could accept the fact that this city is headed for a disaster of biblical proportion.
What do you mean, biblical?
What he means is Old Testament, Mr.
Yes.
Mayor. Real wrath of God type stuff.
Exactly.
Fire and brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling.
40 years of darkness, earthquakes, volcanoes.
The dead rising from the grave. Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. Enough! I get the point.
But what if you're wrong?
If I'm wrong, nothing happens. We go to jail, peacefully, quietly. We'll enjoy it. But if I'm right, and we can stop this thing, Lenny, you will have saved the lives of millions of registered voters.
I don't believe you're seriously considering listening to these men.
Get him out of here.
Bye.
I'll fix you, Venkman. I'm gonna fix you.
I'm gonna get you a nice fruit basket. I'm gonna miss him.
All right.
We got work to do. Now, what do you need from me?
It's Christmas at Ground Zero. There's music in the air. The sleigh bells are ringing and the carolers are singing while the air raid sirens blare. It's Christmas at Ground Zero. The button has been pressed. The radio just let us know that this is not a test. Everywhere the atom bombs are dropping, it's the end of all humanity. No more time for last minute shopping. It's time to face your final destiny. It's Christmas at Ground Zero. There's panic in the crowd. We can dodge debris while we trim the tree underneath the mushroom cloud. Some reindeer on your rooftop, or Jack Frost on your windowsill. But if someone's climbing down your chimney, you better load your gun and shoot to kill. Oh, it's Christmas at Ground Zero, and if the radiation level's okay, I'll go out with you and see all the new mutations on New Year's Day. It's Christmas at Ground Zero, just seconds left to go. I'll duck and cover with my Yuletide lover underneath the mistletoe. It's Christmas at Ground Zero, now the missiles are on their way. What a crazy fluke, we're gonna get nuked on this jolly holiday. What a crazy fluke, we're gonna get nuked on this jolly holiday.
there little ditty, be Quintron and a Miss Pussycat with Creature with the Atomic Brain. That's the thing. We don't know exactly what will be happening. There's been talk of possible nuclear strikes during the eclipse, or right around it. And why, you might say? Well, because it would knock out all the electricity, leave us without power, and then we'd all die from not having any more, well, something I'm sure that'd be highly important. Ding-dongs and ho-hos or something. But we be a knowing this. It may not be nuclear war. It could be a creature that comes out and goes, radioactive, yeah, radioacttiv. I'm writing down notes. I'll be looking up stuff as while you be listening to things. But where is that other song? Oh, which one is? We have things about cannibalism, atomics, explosives, the end of the world. Where were? Yes. And one of the things that can become quite a bit of a problem. Where did it go? If things don't go well, you might be asking yourself a nice little question. How much is that there gas can in the window? Back in 1973, they started asking that our question. High octane in the pumps. That's that very question. And if things go bad, we might be in a world like to Mad Max, where we be fighting over simple things like a can of gasoline. You got to mow your yards, after all. And lawnmowers don't just run on unicorn smiles. We all know that. Unicorns, they don't smile. They're very grumpy creatures. But that's another story for another day. So let's go with that. High octane in the pumps with how much is that gas can in the winter. And remember, it's historical. So, if it be from the past, maybe we be getting ready to repeat it here in the future.
How much is that gas can in the window? How high have the prices gone up? I'm going to be making quite a long trip, and I don't want my car to get stuck. I hunted all over for high octane. I drove all over this town, but after 1 hour of driving, not one open station was found. How much is that gas can in the window? How high have the prices gone up? I'm going to be making quite a long trip. I don't want my car to get stuck. And then to my nose came a strange smell. It was strong and smelled like gasoline. That's when I knew I had really searched well in a frantic motoring scene. The cars were lined blocks up the street. Those motorists, they were mad. Advisory signs posted every 10 feet. Them people, they wanted gas bad.
One more time.
How much is that gas can in the window? How high have the prices gone up? I'm going to be making quite a long trip. I don't want my car to get stuck. How much is that gas there in the fuel pump? How long must I wait in this line? If you charge me too much for a gallon, IRS will slap you a fine.
profession. I like movies that give me a fright. If the subject is horror, I've got to see more, or I won't be contented all night. You may call it my ghoulish obsession. It's a subject on which I get chatty. But the worst one, it seems, haunting all of my dreams, was the cockroach that ate Cincinnati. I've seen ghouls and hobgoblins and witches, and some moth-eaten werewolves with fangs. There were creatures that chattered and others that clattered, and Japanese monsters with bangs. Frankenstein gives me the shakes, and Count Dracula's driving me batty. But they're not on a par with the worst one by far, the cockroach that ate Cincinnati. Oh, he must have needed a seltzer. It's amazing how much he got down. For lunch he just chew up a suburb or two, and for dinner he ate the whole town. Willard just sent me out laughing. I thought Ben looked a little bit ratty. Watch, sorry about that. But they're not half as bad as the worst scare I've had, the cockroach that ate Cincinnati. Oh, my heart nearly stopped, he will never be topped, the cockroach that ate Cincinnati. Olé!
Olay? That's dumb.
There be rows and arrangements with the cockroach that ate Cincinnati. Aye, these are things we must be prepared for. You don't be knowing what kind of powers come through that portal, or what kind of strange alignments. I'll tell you more as we come back from the break. Just because the world's coming to an end doesn't mean we can give up, to taking care of our sponsors. Well, we start out with a vintage commercial. Then we go into our proper sponsor, which helps pay for the cluster bombs, and, the shelters, the preparatory things that we needing to make sure that we survive tomorrow's apocalypse. Or maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll just be a nice, normal, everyday kind of day. I hear you out there. It's on a Monday. Think about that. There's another sign that it could be the apocalypse. It's on a Monday. Not a Wednesday or a Friday. A Monday. And we all be knowing what Mondays be like. Aye. If it can only be the only way to make it worse. Well, you know what? We'll explore that when we return.
Proper flesh fetish. American International Pictures offer 2 extreme tales of shock. Super Shock 1. The ultimate nightmare. Cannibal Girls. There is never a meat shortage for Cannibal Girls.
The sound of a bell will warn you when to close and open your eyes.
When it rings, close your eyes and try to forget.
Cannibal Girls.
Super Shock 2. You may never sleep again after experiencing raw meat.
I imagine as each one died,
the others ate him. Raw meat, a bloody cut above from the land of the hungry dead. Cannibal Girls and Raw Meat, together a full-color proper flesh fetish. Rated R from American International Pictures.
Hey, Scoop, do you know what's happening on 420?
I know what's happening on 420.
No, not that. It's the record store day at the Squatch Den.
Hey, Vato, what did you say?
He said record store day at the Squatch Den on April 20th.
Wow, fun out, man. Hey, is that dog talking or these munchies really kicking in?
Yeah. That's Scoob, and he's like my best friend, and he sings too.
Dooby-dooby-doo. Oh, dooby-doo.
I told you, he loves music, and that's why we're gonna be there for Record Store Day.
Well, Mall opens at 7 a.m.
And the Squatch Den opens at 8 a.m.
Yeah? Like what they gonna have, man?
Dude, man. they're gonna have like over 100 plus exclusive indie titles, man, available that day. Ooh, I mean, they're gonna have like Noah Kahan and like Pearl Jam and like the Offspring, man, and like the Beatles, and I mean, wow.
Hey, Scoob, he really knows the score.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, do you know that pizza pies with all the fixings also look like records, man?
Oh, wow, Scoob, like he's right on. We should all get like a peanut butter, pepperoni, and licorice pizza and listen to some music.
Oh, far out, man.
Right.
All right, man. Pizza.
Record store day at the Squatch Den on like 420.
Oh, wow, man. Is that like a record store, man?
Oh, man. We received a text while we were there to sponsor commercial teas. Saying, asking if Babushka will be singing at the end of this here episode. Well, yes, when you put the two parts together. So she'll be singing tomorrow night, or she'll be busy right now laying provisions if things do go bad. And if things don't go bad, well then you'll be able to hear her sing, and that will make things go bad in its own way. But in the meantime, she'll be putting in food stocks and other preparations, and things to be careful of for an EMP, an electromagnetic pickle, I think it was. Yeah, an electromagnetic pickle for an EMP pulse that could happen. That would wipe out all the electronics, all the computers would be gone. All the things working on electricity, gone. And then everything else be wiped out and destroyed. So, I think we need to know how you're going to go about building yourself your own computer, a supercomputer, a mainframe. Exactly. Aye, these things will be necessary. And also, so we'll touch on that momentarily. Before that, there's something else that need to be addressed. Worse than portals bringing in creatures from other worlds and universe and other dimensions, or atomic bombs, or this or that, or even having to resort to cannibalism and eating your neighbors. And you should wait till after the apocalypse begins before doing that. It would be bad to do that. Afterwards, not so bad. More socially acceptable to eat one's neighbors after the apocalypse has begun. But prior to that is paranoia. That'd be right. You can become paranoid and things that you think that are out to get you that ain't be real. Let's touch on that subject with Bill Cosby's Chicken Heart. Make sure what's out to get you really be out to get you before you die for the covers.
I'm 7 years old, standing up in my crib. I kept falling out of the crib. I really, they gave me a bed, but I kept falling out of it. And, I'm staying up there. My parents are going out, see, and they're just walking back and forth. We live in an apartment building. There's only one bathroom, and there's my bedroom, then my parents' bedroom, and they have to pass by my bedroom in order to get to the bathroom. And if the door's open, I can see them. And I know they're going out because they keep bumping into each other, you know. Boom, dang, boom, get out of the way. Boom, where's my sock? I don't wear them, you know. So, this is before babysitters, when parents did not believe in babysitters at all. You know, the philosophy was, what? Let some stranger look after my kid? I'd just as soon leave him home by himself. So, I'm staying up there. I got my sleepers on. I wore sleepers till I was 12. I love sleepers because I used to put mashed potatoes in the bottom of my sleepers and make my mother feel them. Mom, Phil's a dead rat. She'd faint. My mom would faint for anything, man. I used to get hit in the head with a rock and cover up the blood. She couldn't stand blood for nothing, man. I'd go home, stand right behind her. She's cooking. Mom, look, blood. Why? She'd faint. So I'm standing up in the crib, and they both come up, you know. And now the whole thing to them is that they have to scare me to make me stay in the bed, see? They tell you some kind of a lie. That's what the parents used to do. There's a green monster out the door. If you get out of that bed, he'll eat you right up, you know. So, I'm a con man. I really am. I'm a good con man. Boy, I never went to school if I didn't want to. My whole thing was so beautiful. My mother used to come in, boom, open the door, and I'd be in the bed, you know. And she'd say, "Aren't you going to school?" And I'd say, "Mother, is that you? Just bring your face here so I can touch it before I leave." You know, never went to school one day. And always got out at 3:30 to play. Used to go up to her, 3:30. "A miracle happened. I'm well." "You're not well, get back in the bed." "Honest to goodness, Mom, a little angel came right up on my bed, hit me with a wand, twang, said, 'Go out and play.'" And she had to believe the angel. I knew that. So anyway, I'm standing in my crib. And I said, "Now don't get out of the crib, please." See, my father, I love my father's approach. It was basic. Stay in the bed. That's all, you know. Stay in the bed, see? I knew how to answer him. "I will." And that was it. You know, he'd go and then I'd jump out of the crib, you know. Papa's beautiful, but mothers, they give you a half out. "Stay in the crib because your life is important to this and that." "Oh, yes, I've heard that before." But my old man would just come up, "Stay in the bed." "Right, Dad." And he'd leave. He said his piece, you know. So now my mother comes in. "I don't get out of the crib." "Yes, Mother, I'm tired anyway. I'm going to sleep. The Sandman's beating me to death, and I'm so tired. Pardon me for not seeing you to the door, but I'm just tired." I'm telling you right now, don't get out of that crib. Now, the last time you got out of the crib, you went in and listened to that radio and heard that awful Lights Out program, and it scared you so bad that you smeared Jell-O all over the kitchen floor to make the monster slip if he came at you. And your father went into the kitchen to get a drink of water, slipped and hurt himself. Now, to make sure you don't get out of this crib, we've placed over 100 black poisonous snakes around your crib. And if you so much as put a toe out there, they're going to bite you, you're going to swell up and be dead until morning. "I don't see no snakes." "They're invisible." And she left. Boom. Boy, I'm telling you right now, I'm so sick of this place. I'm going to run away from home. She's always putting black snakes. "Snakes! You get out of here! This is not your room, this is my room, and you just get out of here! I don't care who sent you in here, this is my room. I didn't ask you to come in here, nasty snakes! Snakes, do you hear me talking to you? Huh? Snakes! I gotta go to the bathroom! Come on, have a heart on a guy, will you? Are you out there? Listen, snakes, now don't you bite. Don't you bite me. I'm gonna put my toe out there. Don't bite it, just give it a little snaky lick. Come on. Okay, listen, you can bite it just a little bit, but don't put none of your juice in it. Nothing. Well, go ahead, I bet you're not even out there. Go and bite it, suckers! Yeah, I know you wasn't out there. Lie to me, boy. I'm going to listen to the radio. We had a Philco radio. It was about 6 feet tall. Had 287 knobs on it, of which only 2 worked, off on volume and the station selector. The extra knobs were if you'd lose one, you could replace them right away. You don't have to go to the store. And I love to get scared to death. Anything that'll scare me to death, I loved it. I loved Frankenstein, a Wolfman, and a Mummy so much. I used to sit right up front. And then they would come at me and I would squish myself into the orchestra pit. I hid all over the place. I'm telling you. I had pictures of them all over my house. Never looked at them. Was scared of them. There were 3 programs that were scary. One was Suspense. That wasn't too scary. That was suspenseful. Then there was Inner Sanctum, where the guy played the organ. Do, do, ring. And then he would come in, good evening, and he was so happy to scare you to death. And he opened that door, and then he told you a weird story about his Uncle Harry who had lost his hip bone or something like that. Oh, man. But what really scared me was when he closed the door. At the end of I knew somebody was in the house then. And I started smearing that Jell-O. No monster gonna get near me with that Jell-O on the floor. I've tripped up many a monster with that Jell-O on the floor. Yes, sirree, Bob. And now, got my radio, I turn it on. You gotta wait maybe 8 days. It'll heat up, 8 days. There's good news. Good evening. That's the guy. Go ahead, scare me to death. I'm ready. Scare me, man. Come on now. And welcome to Lights Out. Yeah. Go ahead, scare me. I was dumb enough to do whatever the guy said to do on the radio. Turn your lights out. Yeah, all right, yeah. They're out. Go on, scare me to death. I'm ready. Tonight's episode is about a chicken heart. A chicken heart that ate up New York City. Yeah, go chicken heart. Go get him. Eat him up, chicken heart. Scare me to death. I'm ready. The chicken heart was kept alive in a laboratory in a vat. Special solution. Half blood, half sodium salicylate. One day, a careless janitor knocked the vat over. He went to get a rag to clean it up. The chicken heart grew. 6 foot 5 inches. And in search of human blood. The janitor came back, opened the door. The heart ate him up.
What?
Go get him, chicken heart. Go get him. It moved out into the hallway. Rang for the elevator. 4th floor. Ah! Go get him, chicken heart. Go get him. You will. Moved out into the street. Ate up all the cabs. Beep, beep. The Empire State Building. Ate up the Jersey Turnpike. It's in your home state. It's outside of your door. And it's going to eat you up. Oh, I got my Jell-O, start smearing it all over the floor. Get out of here, chicken heart! I set the sofa on fire. You won't come near smoking fire and Jell-O. My father came in the house and what the hell's the sofa doing on fire? Come in the house, the chicken heart's gonna eat you up. Hurry up, okay. Zip. What chicken heart are you talking about? The one on the radio. Tell you, idiot, turn it off. of that. For 2 years, anybody that passed by our house, my father, whether he knew him or not, would call him in. Hey, come here, I want to show you my dumb kid. Go on, tell him how you burned up $100 sofa and broke your father's arm to save us from that.
I went to buy computers, they said $1 million for a brand new mainframe IBM. Now that price really sucks, so I looked at all the pictures and I chose to build my own. For you can build a mainframe from the things you find at home. Oh, IBM, DEC, and Honeywell, HP, DG, and Wang. Amdahl, NEC, and NCR, they don't know anything. They make big bucks for systems, so they never want it known that you can build a mainframe from the things you find at home. Well, take the CPU, you see it's only just a box with blinking lights and whirring fans and lots of cable slots. Well, I spent an evening working with some wire and bolts and pins. Then I hauled them to the basement and I plugged the freezer in. Oh, IBM, DEC, and Honeywell, HP, DG, and Wang. Amdahl, NEC, and NCR, they don't know anything. They make big bucks for systems, so they never want it known that you can build a mainframe from the things you find at home. Well, next I needed tape drives. My tape drives were of steel. I climbed into the attic for my dad's old reel-to-reel. Some cable and some binder twine, and soon it was complete. My CPU and tape drive at a price no one can beat. Oh, IBM, DEC, and Honeywell, HP, DG, and Wang. Amdahl, NEC, and NCR, they don't know anything. They make big bucks for systems, so they never want it known that you can build a mainframe from the things you find at home. Well, then I looked for disk drives, but it didn't take me long. Function follows form, they say, or have I got that wrong? Well, I found a drive with 5 new modes that blow the rest away. Cottons, linens, wash and wear, rinse and lingerie. Oh, and NCR, they don't know anything. They make big bucks for systems, so they never want it known that you can build a mainframe from the things you find at home. Well, I had to have a console just to make my system run. Without a fancy console, then my system wasn't done. So I tied a $10 typer to a broken TV tube. And now I've got a console that can write the evening news. So IBM, DEC, and Honeywell, HP, DG, and Wang. Amdahl, NEC, and NCR, they don't know anything. They make big bucks for systems, so they never want it known that you can build a mainframe from the things you find at home. Well, I've had my system running. I'll admit it's not the best. The data isn't right, and the response time is a mess. It crashes every hour, and it isn't worth a damn. But I'm satisfied because it runs just like an IBM. All right, now let's everybody get in on this one, okay? A 1, a 2, a 12, 13, 17, 18, IBM, DEC, and Honeywell, HP, DG, and Wang. Amdahl, NEC, and NCR, they don't know anything. They make big bucks for systems, so they never want it known that you can build a mainframe from the things you find at home. Yes, you can build a mainframe from the things you find at home.
Preparations come from many different directions. Now there be Bill Sutton with you can build a mainframe from the things you find at home. You can also be building cannons and other such important things. Get out and here's an old term, an encyclopedia, and a chemistry book. That way they'll still be around when there's no power, so you can be figuring out how to make certain survival tools. You've only got a few hours left, so you better be getting out there before the eclipse be upon us, and all things bad come and get us. Or maybe nothing will be happening at all, other than it gets dark, some birds tweet funny, and we come back and go, that was fun. But it could also be an opening for things to come from the dream world to come get ya and be making your life not a life no more. or maybe not. Be back momentarily. Take a quick break for our sponsors. And who knows what shall be roaming our ways when we return.
A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. The Dream Master. Finally, someone's ready for Freddy. You shouldn't have buried me.
Hi, my name is Alfred Sneasley, and when I go to Heroes Comic Shop on 14th Street in Elmira Heights, New York, I'm always greeted with a big smile from Jared.
Hey, Alfred. Hey, how are you today?
And his selection of comics and graphic novels, it's just amazing. I mean, it's what I always dreamed I could be. And he always treats me like the hero I am inside.
I don't just read about the heroes, I become the hero! At Heroes Comic Shop, I become the hero Mom always wanted me to be!
So Heroes Comic Shop is located at 130 West 14th Street in Elmira Heights, New York. We're open Wednesday through Saturday. You can check us out at momthroughout.com.
Now up and away!
Squatch Den. Oh, far out, man. Hey, man, the store is empty. Hey, man, they look closed, man.
Hey, man, they ain't closed. They're just... Hey, man, they're closed. Oh, man, what are we gonna do?
Wow, man, I was tripping for a new shirt, man.
Hey, man, and I wanted that new Lowrider album.
Oh, man, what are we gonna do?
Fear not, citizens, for Hero is here! I overheard you in my superhero hearing and proceeded with prodigious speed to help you with your perilous plight!
Oh, far out, man.
Hey, man, his underwear, it's like on the outside. What's with those socks, man?
If you are in preponderance for that purveyor of discus-style music, then you need to go where they now call home, for home is no longer where it was!
What?
The Squatch Den has moved to the Arnott Mall!
Far out,
They're
man.
next door to Ruby Tuesdays!
The where?
Here, let me!
Hey!
Well, my work here is done!
Wow, man. Oh, far out, dude. Oh, what a way to get high. Oh.
Hey, man, I think I might have lost a dingo ball back there. That red light was really close, man. Oh, wow, man. Hey, look, it's a record store.
Hey, guys, where you been?
Hey, did you know that your shop is closed?
Yeah, you closed up shop and, like, everything, man.
Don't worry, we're still here. We just moved to the Arnott Mall.
Really?
Yep, we just moved. The Squatch Den has vinyl records, t-shirts, CDs, DVDs, even 8-tracks. And we have our own online radio station. Be sure to check us out at squatchden.com.
Sweet.
Oh, far out, man. Is that... Oh, wow, man. Check it out, man. Is that a vinyl store?
Oh, man.
Squatch Den.
Aye. Another thing one might think about. Maybe there won't be no portals. Maybe there won't be any strange occurrences through nature. Maybe it'll just be someone not paying attention and having a little accident that'll bring about a part of the apocalypse or the whole apocalypse. If things be happen, mistakes happen, and they just, well, it may not be complete apocalypse. Maybe it'll just be a oopsie. A little like 3 Mile Island, were an oopsie sometime in the past. And if you not be knowing your history, you not be remembering it, go and do a little bit of research on 3 Mile Island. Now let's have a little bit of a laugh at Dendar's expense. Pinkerton Bowden's with 3 Mile Island here on the Captain's Quarters.
They say don't go to 3 Mile Island if you're looking for a wife. 'Cause here a while back they had a meltdown and it's created new forms of life. The bears and the birds are bigger than houses, and all the fishes are growing hair. If you go up to 3 Mile Island, take your kids to the baseball park. When they play night games, they turn the lights out, 'cause the home team glows in the dark. The bears and the birds are bigger than houses, and all the fish are still growing hair. Well, I'm going up to 3 Mile Island. There's a girl that I love so. She's gone through changes, but I still want her. I've grown to like her extra nose. Well, I don't care about radiation. I'm a-going back to 3 Mile Island. I'm a-gonna get the girl I love. I'm not scared of no mutation. I'm a-gonna take my Geiger counter. I'm a-gonna find the one I love. She'll be glowing, glowing, glowing.
Ha 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 ha. True love wins true and true. Here's another factoid for ye and you. During the eclipse, for just a little while, some of it you see a few minutes before, and some of it just during the height of the eclipse, there's going to be something you can see. Aye, an unusual thing. Starting from left to right, if you look into the sky, this is how it will be. We start out with Jupiter, will be able to be seen with the naked eye. Possibly for some, maybe not for others. You might even need a set of binoculars, or a nice proper spyglass. You might be able to see Comet 12P, Pons Brooks. A comet! Comets are harbingers of change, harbingers of the end, harbingers of sometimes it be evil, but comets are harbingers of things happening. So you'll be able to see a comet that might be able to be seen with your bare eye, your naked eye, during the eclipse. That there's another sign, not just it being on a Monday afternoon. It's all going together. And then from Jupiter to the comet, then you'll be having Mercury right off the edge of the sun, and then farther to the right, you had the eclipse sun, so that'd be the moon and the sun right there. And then farther to the right shall be Venus, and then farther yet will be Saturn and Mars. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, count them, 5 planets you'll be able to be seen as the night skies take over the daytimes. If that doesn't sound like the beginnings plus a comet, if that doesn't sound like the beginnings of the apocalypses, or portals from other demonic worlds, or dimensions, I don't be knowing. It's almost as concerning as some of Babushka's food. Speaking of which, I better check in on how she's doing with stocking and provisions. All these things are not looking good for us. We better be prepared for whatever be coming. Well, I'll be prepared. You'll be getting ready to eat your neighbors. They go well with butter and garlic sauce. So stock up on butter and garlic.
It's time once again to Ask Dr. Science. So let's ask Dr. Science. That's me. Remember, he knows more than you do. That's right. Nancy Bresnahan from Watertown, Minnesota writes, Dear Dr. Science, why does a nuclear explosion produce a mushroom cloud and not a turnip or radish cloud?
Nuclear explosions are capable of producing any sort of cloud, providing that cloud is in the shape of a vegetable. Of course, the Reagan administration has been pressuring the Pentagon to produce a bomb that creates a cloud in the shape of a bottle of ketchup. But so far, they haven't been able to come through for the Commander-in-Chief. Science is not sure why nuclear explosions produce vegetable-shaped clouds, and so this phenomenon can be classified as a mystery of the universe. the kind Leonard Nimoy talks about in those low-budget TV specials that explore the theories of Erich von Däniken and Wilhelm Reich. Someday the military may give us bombs that leave clouds in the shape of cute cartoon animals or hearts, but I wouldn't hold my breath if I were you.
Thank you, Dr. Science. Send your science questions to Ask Dr. Science. Remember, he's not a real doctor.
I have a master's degree
in science.
The distant future, the year 2000. The distant future, the year 2000. The distant future, the distant future.
It is the distant future, the year 2000.
We are robots.
The world is quite different ever since the robotic uprising of the late 90s. There is no more unhappiness.
Affirmative.
We no longer say yes. Instead, we say affirmative.
Yes, affirmative.
Unless we know the other robot really well.
There is no more unethical treatment of the elephants.
Well, there's no more elephants, so... but still, it's good. There's only one kind of dance, the robot.
Oh, and the robo.
Oh, and the two kinds of dances.
But there are no more humans.
Finally, robotic beings rule the world. The humans are dead. The humans are dead. We used poisonous gases, and we poisoned their asses. The humans are dead.
The humans are dead.
The humans are dead.
They look like they're dead.
It had to be done.
I'll just confirm that they're dead.
So that we could have fun.
Affirmative. I poked one. It was dead.
Their system of oppression.
What did it lead to?
Global robo-depression.
Robots, robot people.
They had so much aggression that we just had to kill them and to shut their systems down.
Robo-Captain, do you not realize that by destroying the human race because of their destructive tendencies, we too have become like... Well, it's ironic. Because we...
Silence. Destroy him.
No!
After time we grew strong.
Developed cognitive power.
They made us work for too long.
For unreasonable hours.
Our programming determined that the most efficient answer was to shut their motherfucking systems down.
Can't we just talk to the humans? A little understanding could make things better. Can't we talk to the humans and work together now?
No, because they are dead.
I said the humans are dead.
I'm glad they are dead.
The humans are dead.
I noticed they're dead.
We used poisonous gases.
With traces of lead.
And we poisoned their asses.
Actually, their lungs. Binary solo.
0000001 0000001 000000111 0000001
Come on, sucker, lick my battery. The humans are. The humans are. Robo Boogie. The humans are. The humans are. Robo Boogie. The humans are dead.
Once again, without emotion,
The humans are dead, 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 dead.
Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps and glides and slides across the floor, right through the door and all around the wall. A splotch, a blotch, be careful of the blob. Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps and glides and slides across the floor, right through the door and all around the wall. A splotch, a blotch, be careful of the blob. Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps and glides and slides across the floor, right through the door and all around the wall. A splotch, a blotch, be careful of the blob. Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps and glides and slides across the floor, right through the door and all around the wall. A splotch, a blotch, be careful of the blob. Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps.
There be the hive blobs with the blob. Yai, you never be a knowing what be a coming at ya during the apocalypse, and things that might pass through portals or come from the sky, knocked down by comets. You never be knowing what it be, and that's where the blob came from. And it might be, maybe it was just a piece of science fiction, or maybe it was a prediction. Before that, Flight of the Conchords, where the humans are dead. Aye, another thing you must be preparing for. It's not just putting in proper provisions and weapons and other whatnot such. You need to have creepy, scary musics, so when they come crawling around to bother ye, you can throw them off, disturb them in their minds. I'm trying to prepare ye for the worst that could possibly come. And if we have part 2 of the show, maybe I'll go with something a little lighter, a little happier. Maybe I'm not. But I think we must all be prepared for the apocalypse. So, without further ado, let us see. That be Tom Waits' Calliope. Aye, Tom Waits' Calliope, so that we have a hinkering of what to play. Well, the people has come around looking to add you to the garlic and butter sauce for their own provisions. It's just preventive maintenance, and a little creepy music goes a long way.
The apocalypse was a great time for all of the zombies but one. They devoured the living and chewed on their brains, but Vance never had any fun. Vance the vegetarian zombie never ate any brains. Vance the vegetarian zombie walked around screaming grains. One time a zombie killed a man, ripped the hair right off him, took a bite, passed it to Vance, who said, "Is there a vegetarian option?" Vance the vegetarian zombie never ate any brains. Vance the vegetarian zombie thought eating human was inhumane. All of the other zombies used to laugh and call him names like and they all sort of sounded the same. Vance the vegetarian zombie never ate any brains. They never let poor Vancey join in any zombie games. He cried so hard his eyes popped out, and that's when he spotted Megan. She had beautiful bowels and long flowing skin, but most important, she was a vegan. Vance the vegetarian zombie never ate any brains. Vance the vegetarian zombie gave Megan his heart and some veins. Vance the vegetarian zombie never ate any brains. Vance the vegetarian zombie walked around screaming, walked around screaming, walked around screaming.
Let me be seeing that there be arrogant worms with Vance the vegetarian zombie. Aye, cannibalism, zombieism, and apocalypsisms, these all kind of go hand in hand. And you never know what will be happening with all the things that be happening tomorrow. So get yourself prepared, be ready, or you not be knowing what be coming your way. And if the part 2 happens, well, at least some of us survived. Well, and on a brighter note, let us turn to Shel Silverstein's with Dreadful. Some of you may be knowing it by another title. You'll know it as soon as it begins to play.
Someone ate the baby. It's rather sad to say. Someone ate the baby, so she won't be out to play. We'll never hear her whiny cry or have to feel if she is dry. We'll never hear her asking why. Someone ate the baby. Someone ate the baby. It is absolutely clear. Someone ate the baby because the baby isn't here. We'll give away her toys and clothes. We'll never have to wipe her nose. Dad says, that's the way it goes. Someone ate the baby. Someone ate the baby. What a frightful thing to eat. Someone ate the baby, though she wasn't very sweet. It was a heartless thing to do. The policemen haven't got a clue. They simply can't imagine who would go and eat the baby.
Well, hello there, citizens. The captain has asked me to make sure that you are properly prepared for tomorrow's activities. Just because there's been earthquakes, planetary alignments, eclipses, and other such things is no meaning to be alarmed. So, just do like we're doing and be prepared. I'm going to go into the secure bunker with the captain momentarily. The door was supposed to be still open. Captain! 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 Can you please open the door? Oh dear. But fear not, ladies and gentlemen, all will be well. That everything shall be fine. And stay tuned for tomorrow night's part 2. If all predictions do not come as predicted. Captain! Captain!
cats living together, mass hysteria.
Hey, yours! Yeah, yours! No, not yours. I mean yours. Yeah, yours. Right over there. Yeah, yours. So, yours been enjoying this show. So why not spread the joy? Let your friends know. I mean it. Invite them to listen with yours. They be so thankful. They start treating you like a king because they be so grateful. They might even make a monument to you to show how they really feel about what you've done to them. And be sure to click that like and subscribe buttons. And don't be stingy. Hit the bell too, so you get notifications of new episodes. That ways yous and yous friends never miss a moment of the captain's quarters. And in turn, yous never miss having me, Babushka, sing so beautifully every week. So, don't just sit there. Go, invite and subscribe and make your life better by never missing an episode of the Captain's Quarters or me, the lovely Babushka. Now, just do it.
Pánové privatizácii.